for coronavirus. Don't look into the fact that Fort Belvoir, an American, a sergeant from Fort Belvoir, that's the intelligence command, that's INSCOM, that's just over the river here in Virginia. That's the first person that's infected with coronavirus in where? Wuhan, China. Now how could that be? How could an intelligence officer from Fort Belvoir, which is in the intelligence command, be the first person that's infected with the coronavirus? Well, it's called the World Games. The World Games is like an Olympics. It's a huge thing. Mark Kulak did an excellent special on this. It's very much like any other Olympic type ceremony with all the pageantry and all the light shows and all that sort of thing. Huge thing. And it's a perfect, again, these athletic events are perfect covers to then do sidebar conversations and planning for operations. Now, again, I'm not saying that coronavirus is a series of 5 viruses planned to be attacking Donald Trump sequentially as he knocks down each virus. I'm not saying it's whack-a-mole. I'm not saying that this is a bioweapon. I'm just saying that if you look at the metadata, it starts with an American Army intelligence officer from Fort Belvoir. There's no doubt about this, okay? He's there in October for the World Games before the outbreak. He's the patient number 1 or patient 0. And in any kind of troubleshooting or getting to the root cause analysis, you start with patient 0. You start with patient 1, and that is where it starts. Patient 1 is Fort Belvoir, intelligence Army officer sergeant, who starts this whole thing off. Now, that is pretty important information that I'm not sure is out there. And what do we know about Fort Belvoir? This intelligence command seems to be at the center of all these election operations. They seem to be, if the election's going against you, hit them with a virus. If the election's going against you, hit them with Antifa. If the election's going against you, do compromat on the other candidate. If the election's going against you, have a violent overthrow before the election. If the election's going against you, quarantine everyone and then search people, go house to house and get rid of the leaders, etc. This is what this group does. Again, if I had a safecracker who just happened to be at the bank at the same time that the alarm went off and he had his hand with a drill and he's drilling into the safe, I can't say for sure that he's doing the bank robbery, but all the signs, it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, acts like a duck, it looks like an intelligence operation. And again, this is why I say we need to keep going to the Blackberries, keep going to the network, keep going to the encryption network. If they've moved from Blackberries to Android with green zone phones, fine, so be it. You move with the encryption and the Blackberry. But until you crack this network, you're going to keep having these election operations. The impeachment 1, Mueller impeachment, before that struck in Page with their shenanigans after Trump wins the election. March it all the way back to 2015, go all the way back to 2014. Remember, Bruce Orr and Oleg Deripaska are communicating some way, and they're meeting, not communicating, they're meeting 60 times. 60 times. Bruce Orr meets Oleg Deripaska 60 times. Now tell me there's not some kind of encrypted communications between those people. Uranium-1 starts in 2011 with Sergei Kislyak. Tell me there's not someone using those same encrypted communications. Again,